Even down! Go!
Yeah! Good job.
No, that we get.
Whew, good job. Squad needed it. Played Fever way. I love it. More of them.
3 weeks ago, Caitlin Clark went down with a quad injury against the New York Liberty. The defending champions thought they had silenced the superstar. They were wrong. On June 14th, Clark walked back onto that same court, looked the undefeated Liberty straight in the eye, and delivered the most devastating performance of her young career. 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 7 three-pointers, and a 102-88 statement win that ended the Liberty's undefeated record. But here's what nobody saw coming. The way she did it will give you chills. If you're excited for Caitlin's return, then comment fired up for CC down below. Let's go.
I don't know if you guys have seen or heard, but Caitlin Clark is, in fact, back.
Back in the lineup. I'm ready to go.
I think you're just excited more than anything. It gets kind of difficult when you prepare for a game. Obviously, when I'm on the bench, still knowing the scout, knowing everything that the other team's going to do, and still trying to mentally prepare and go through everything like I'm going to play, even though I knew I wasn't going to play. So, doing that, but also knowing I was going to be able to be active today, I think gives you a little extra juice. So I'm certainly excited just to get back out there, get playing, and really good opportunity for us at home here, coming off of a loss. So it's a big game.
Picture this, May 24th, a physical battle against these same Liberty players. Clark faces a physical Liberty squad in a poorly officiated game and strains her quad. The injury hits at the worst possible moment. The Fever are still trying to find their identity as a team. The Liberty are riding high as defending champions, looking unstoppable on both ends of the court.
Then she holds her, watch this, with her shoulder and on her arm when she follows through and then fouls her for the 4th time on her arm. It's cheating. It's plain as day. The haters will say, she got locked up. Yeah, if you're fouling the whole game. But I'm going through this entire game. The corrupt refs gave this game to New York, and they still barely won.
While Clark sat on the sidelines for 3 long weeks watching from the bench, the Liberty kept rolling. They won game after game, going undefeated and making it look easy. It almost felt like they had removed their biggest threat from the equation. The defending champions were sending a message to the entire league. Nobody could touch them. The Fever dropped games without their superstar. They went 2 wins, 3 losses during those 5 games Clark missed. Doubt started creeping in everywhere. Fans were questioning the coach, the bench, the team, and even the front office. Could Clark return to her dominant form after missing so much time? Would the quad injury affect her explosive first step? What about her signature deep shooting range that made her famous?
Just coming into this after 2 weeks off, do you anticipate being on the minutes restriction today?
Not that I've been told. I don't anticipate, a certain level. I'm not a huge fan of minute restrictions. I think that's silly. I told them, I don't want to come back unless I'm 100% full go. Why would I be out there to play 20 minutes? I'm out there to win and give everything I have for this team.
Medical experts questioned everything. Quad injuries are tricky for basketball players. They affect your ability to cut, jump, and generate power on your shots. Clark's game depends on her quick first step and her ability to pull up from anywhere on the court. The uncertainty was real. But here's what the Liberty didn't count on. Clark spent every single day of those 3 weeks preparing for this exact moment. She told reporters, "I think the hardest part is when you begin to feel really good, and then it's just the process of working yourself back into actually getting up and down and getting out there with my teammates." She was studying film, staying mentally sharp, and visualizing her return.
Coach White has told me, just give yourself a little grace as you kind of figure things back out, as you get back into the groove here. I've missed 5 games. My teammates have played 5 more games than I have. So it's just going to be a little bit of, shaking the rust off, giving myself some grace. But I feel like I've prepared in the manner that I'm ready for this game. I feel like I've been great in practice. I feel like our team has been really good in practice. And, obviously practice isn't the exact replica of a game, but I think Coach White does a really good job of putting us in situations that are going to be fairly similar.
The anticipation built as game day approached. The numbers don't lie. 22 million viewers tuned into ABC and ESPN Plus to watch the showdown. That made it the second most watched WNBA game ever on that network. Everyone wanted to see if the superstar could deliver when it mattered most. Clark walked onto that court with fire in her eyes during warm-ups. She had made it clear before the game. I don't want to come back unless I'm 100% full go. I'm out there to win and give everything I have for this team. You could see the determination in every movement, every practice shot, every interaction with her teammates. The stage was perfectly set. An injured superstar facing the undefeated defending champions. The team that had knocked her out of action now stood between her and revenge. Clark had to prove her body could handle the pressure. But more importantly, she had to show the basketball world that she was back and better than ever.
This for Ionescu, and here comes Clark. This is one thing you get with Clark is great pace and great passes. Found Boston perfectly.
You think you've seen Caitlin Clark shoot before, but nothing prepared anyone for what happened in the first quarter. The game was tight, both teams trading baskets back and forth. The Liberty looked confident. They had their undefeated record. But then Clark decided to take over in the most spectacular way possible. She crossed half court and kept going, way beyond the three-point line. She pulled up from 34 foot out. The logo three swished through the net, like she was shooting in her driveway. The crowd started buzzing, but that was just the beginning of something special. A few seconds later, Clark did it again, this time from 28 foot out. Let's keep in mind the three-point line is at 22 feet away. You could hear the crowd losing their minds. The noise level jumped through the roof. Players on both benches started standing up to get a better look. This wasn't normal basketball anymore.
And Cunningham is down behind the play, but they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from two players with incredible up. Ball from Cunningham. Clark, another long three. She's back.
Before anyone could process what was happening, Clark launched a third logo three from 31 foot out. The ball left her hands with perfect rotation. It arced high through the air and dropped through the net without touching iron. The entire Liberty bench was shaking their heads in disbelief. Their coaching staff looked stunned on the sideline.
And Cunningham is
Caitlin
down
from the
behind
logo.
the play,
Oh my God!
But they've got Caitlin Clark to fire away from three. And Cunningham
Logo.
just now getting up as she stayed down near the free throw line on the other end.
Oh!
Okay,
Just
why
coming
did
back
Oh my
you take that?
gosh!
An ankle
Oh
injury
my
and then
god,
Johannes
and of
very
course Marine
coolly.
Johannes
Two
countered
players
it. Not
Marine.
for the logo, but this is why I
Caitlin
love
from the
the NBA.
logo again! We got a shootout! We got a shootout!
Oh
Oh my
Again!
god,
Fourth
bro,
and go.
no!
Even Breanna Stewart, one of the best players in the world, was caught on camera, smiling and nodding in pure respect. Sandy Brondello, the Liberty coach, had the same reaction. When your opponents are showing that kind of respect during the game, you know you're witnessing something extraordinary. These weren't lucky shots. Each one was perfectly placed with that signature Clark release. The form was identical on all three attempts. Her follow-through was smooth and confident. She looked like she was shooting in her backyard, not facing the defending champions in front of 22 million viewers.
Heat
Oh my
checker!
God.
Heat checker!
From Cunningham.
Get her the ball! Get her the ball! One more time! Cross! A
Clark,
logo
another
again!
long three.
Ah!
No!
She's back.
Oh my
Most
god!
dynamic
This isn't real.
player in the game.
No.
9
No.
points in 38
No.
seconds for Caitlin. She hit all three threes.
And not only 9
What
and
is even
30, but
going
look
on?
at the depth
I
on
don't know. I'm
these field
living
goal
in-
attempts. She's
This is-
certainly
Oh
feeling
my
it.
God.
Left side,
I'm
right
speechless.
side. Now
No.
come back to your favorite spot
Oh.
again. It doesn't
No.
matter if there's a hand.
What
in
am
her
I
face.
watching?
The crowd erupted so loud that players had to wait for the noise to die down before continuing play. The arena was electric. Fans were on their feet, jumping up and down. Even neutral basketball fans watching at home were losing their minds on social media. 3 logo threes in 38 seconds tied her career high of 7 threes for the game. The momentum completely shifted in that moment. The Liberty went from looking confident to looking concerned. Clark had announced a return in the most dramatic way possible. But those shots were just the beginning of a performance that would leave everyone talking for weeks. Clark wasn't done making her statement. She was just getting started. And the Liberty were about to find out exactly what they had awakened. Music. When the final buzzer sounded, Clark's stat line looked like something from a video game on easy mode. 32 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds in just 31 minutes on the court. Those numbers would be amazing for any player on any night. But this wasn't just any night. And Clark wasn't just any player coming back from a serious injury. She moved without any hesitation at all. Clark drove to the basket with the same explosive speed that made her famous. Her first step was just as quick as before the injury. She attacked the rim like she had never missed a single day of action. The quad injury that kept her out for 3 weeks looked like a distant memory. Her court vision was sharper than ever before. Clark threaded passes through defenders like she had never missed a game. She found teammates in spots that other players couldn't even see. 9 assists tells a story of a player who makes everyone around her better. She created scoring chances that shouldn't have existed.
Caitlin Clark! Then steps back with the 3 over Brianna Stewart.
The rebound showed her competitive fire burning bright. Clark dove for loose balls against players 6 and taller than her. She battled in the paint like her life depended on it. 8 rebounds from a guard position proves she wanted this one more than anything else in the world. Here's what made it even more incredible. Clark shot 11 of 20 from the field for 55% shooting, while taking difficult shots all night long. She went 7 of 14 from three-point range. Those 7 threes tied her career high. She wasn't just making easy baskets. Clark was hitting tough shots over good defenders with hands in her face. Every time the Liberty tried to make a run, Clark had an answer ready. Sometimes it was a clutch 3 from way downtown. Other times it was a perfect assist that led to an easy basket for a teammate. She controlled the tempo of the entire game from start to finish. This performance put Clark in the history books. She surpassed Candace Parker for the most 30. 5 assists, 5 rebound games in the player's first 2 seasons. 3 games like that is special for any player at any level. Go. Okay, this wasn't just a return from injury. Clark had reached a new level entirely. She looked more confident than ever before. Her decision-making was faster. Her shots were falling from impossible distances. The Liberty couldn't find an answer for anything she wanted to do. But here's the most impressive part of the whole night. Clark made everyone around her better in the process. The Fever had 25 assists on 37 made field goals. That's what happens when a superstar elevates her entire team.
First loss of the season. Caitlin Wisely killing some more clock. And maybe the dagger. Kelsey Mitchell lighting it up here in the fourth quarter.
Here's what separated this win from just another great individual performance. The Fever proved they were a complete team ready to compete with anyone. This wasn't about one superstar carrying everyone else. 5 different players scored in double digits for the first time all season. The chemistry was perfect from start to finish. Kelsey Mitchell stepped up with 22 points, showing the perfect connection she's developed with Clark over the past season. Mitchell struggled early in the game with her shooting, but when it mattered most in the fourth quarter, she dropped 10 points to help seal the victory. That's what clutch players do. They find their rhythm exactly when their team needs it most. E. Cunningham made her own return from an ankle injury, adding another weapon to the Fever's arsenal just when they needed it most. Cunningham finished with a plus 31 rating for the night. She integrated back into the game like she had never missed any time at all. Her return gave the Fever another offensive threat that the Liberty couldn't account for. Aaliyah Boston dominated the paint against the defending champions. She grabbed crucial rebounds all night long and finished with 10 points and 11 rebounds. Boston battled players who were supposed to be stronger and more experienced. She showed up when her team needed her most. That double-double against the Liberty proved she belongs on this stage. LL knocked down big shots from beyond the arc, proving the Fever had multiple three-point threats the Liberty had to worry about. Hull went 3 of 4 from three-point range and finished with 14 points. She hit shots when the defense was focused on Clark. That's what makes this team so dangerous now. Sydney Carlson provided veteran leadership and clutch baskets when the game was still in doubt. She finished with 10 points and 6 assists and made plays that don't show up in the box score. Carlson's experience was huge in those tight moments. Her steady presence kept everyone calm when the pressure was highest.
Clark nails it. A 17-0 run.
Telling moment came when Clark sat for a rest in the fourth quarter. Instead of falling apart, the team actually extended their lead. They moved the ball like a championship team. Everyone knew their role and executed perfectly. The Fever made a franchise record 17 three-pointers at 48% from beyond the arc. This wasn't just Clark carrying the team on her back. This was a complete unit firing on all cylinders against the best team in the league. The 102-88 final score told the story of a team that had found its identity and wasn't backing down from anyone. The Liberty had never given up 100 points all season until this night.
We understand that basketball is a game of runs, and not being able to just give up in those moments. I think, especially in that run, our bench came in and provided some really, really good minutes. Really just proud of, Sophie coming back, being able to contribute like she did, plus 31 tonight. She was a big part of that run. So I think just being able to trust 1 through 11, 1 through 10, that we're going to go out there, have each other's back, and we're going to work through those tough times, because New York's a really good team. They're going to go on runs. They're going to have those moments where we can't stop them for a period of time, but it's how do we fix that? How do we change that momentum? I'm just really proud, of our group for staying with it.
The Fever didn't just beat the defending champions. They ended a 9-game winning streak and announced themselves as the team to watch in 2025. This win proved that when healthy, this Fever team can compete with anyone, anywhere, and the league better take notice. Clark's return was everything we hoped for and more. But the real story is what this team can accomplish together moving forward. They made a franchise record 17 three-pointers. 5 players scored in double digits. The chemistry was perfect from start to finish. This is what championship teams look like when everything clicks at the right moment. If you're excited for Caitlin's return, then comment fired up for CC down below. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next